Greetings, cinema fans! It's Oscar time once again, and as Tinseltown's tireless magic makers prepare to receive their latest much-needed soupçon of recognition, you may be wondering, how can I, a mere mortal, join their illustrious ranks? Well, luckily for you, it's as easy as Jennifer Lawrence to earn a place among the Hollywood stars. Just follow these 10 simple rules and next year you could be up there dedicating that award to the oppressed peoples of whatever CNN said this week. So grab some really powerful antibiotics and let's get started. 1. Be related to an existing Hollywood player/celebrity. Everyone knows a relative of someone who's already famous will be better than any outsider could be. I mean, how else do you explain the existence of so many successful Hollywood dynasties? QED! It's only natural then that the industry should favour relatives of existing names wherever possible, and thus you should do your utmost to ensure you're a child or sibling of someone who matters. What's that you say? You're not related to anyone important? Then show some initiative, move to Africa and get adopted. 2. Live in LA. Los Angeles is the capital of the movies, and if you can't look out of your window and observe anonymous Mexican sleigh gardeners, government-subsidised Teslas and distant smog/encroaching forest fires, you're not going to make it in the biz. And LA isn't just cinema HQ, it's the cultural hub of the entire planet, and thus the setting for nearly every story that matters. What interesting life experiences are there outside of the LA bubble? Very few. 3. Be willing to perform disgusting sexual acts on anyone who can advance your career at the expense of genuinely talented people with an actual sense of morality. When that greasy, sweaty producer asks how far you're willing to go for the role, don't walk out of the door, stay and suck it up, or direct it towards the nearest ficus. Don't worry, you can always denounce him and anyone else you could have said no to years later, when your career's winding down and those other wannabes who refuse to degrade themselves have long since given up on their passion and hanged themselves in a motel room or whatever. Who cares? 4. Never have your own ideas. Hollywood has been making movies for over a century, which means anything you could possibly conceive of has already been done. There are no new ideas, and even if there are, they'll inevitably be inferior to things we've seen before. Instead of innovating then, you should focus your energies on existing IPs, and in particular those familiar to the boomers, who are after all the greatest generation in history. You wouldn't want to alienate the boomers now, would you? In any case, should you be foolish enough to submit an original screenplay or treatment to a Hollywood gatekeeper, they probably won't even glance at it, and with good reason. What if your idea were accidentally incorporated into a future project? Then you might sue. Far safer to just stick to what we know. 5. Be willing to lie, even to yourself. Hollywood is a club, and its members have a duty to support each other and all the wonderful and important projects they get involved in, even if their gut tells them they're creating absolute shite with a bunch of vacuous no-marks. Here are some inspiring examples to emulate.
What I think that JJ and Kathleen and the whole creative team have done is truly remarkable and truly modern.
These films are designed to be entertaining, to really give you a vacation from your everyday life, and also to inform the moral compass of coming generations.
A lot of the times you go, you say, if they cut 15 minutes out of that, it would be so tight. But in this case, I think the length is warranted.
Well, I think the message truly is about being true to yourself and honoring yourself with grace and vulnerability, and still being able to be powerful and say what you want and what you need, but respect yourself in the process.
Formidable. 6. Equate the Hollywood of the past with that of the present. This follows naturally from Rule 5. If today's actors and directors are tremendous, and they are of course, then they must be on a par with those of any era, including Hollywood's golden age. You may think the likes of Kristen Stewart and Chris Hemsworth seem mediocre in comparison to, say, Veronica Lake and Humphrey Bogart, but remember, mediocrity is in the eye of the beholder. And when the beholder is typically an overweight, acne-ridden Chinese kid, who gives a damn?
Ryan and Emma, I think, help a lot with that. They are very, as a pairing and independently, they're very timeless. They have an old school Hollywood, old Hollywood, you know, sort of Cary Grant, Rosalind Russell, or Spencer Tracy, Katharine Hepburn kind of thing about them, I think.
Cameron also said that his overall vision for the franchise is to create a family type of story similar to the way that The Godfather did.
I'm a big lover of the 59 version. While that's a story about revenge, this is a story about hope and love and forgiveness and redemption.
Just as good. 7. Be left-wing. There are, of course, literally hundreds of openly conservative figures in Hollywood. James Woods, James Caan, Clint Eastwood, Clint Howard, Adam Sandler, Jon Voight, Tim Allen... Tim Allen? How many's that? And there are countless young conservatives joining the industry too, like... But still, it's probably fair to say that a slight majority of Hollywood stars incline à la gauche, so you'd be wise to go with the flow if you want to get work. Any work. And regardless of personal inclinations, Hollywood clearly has a duty to promote left-wing ideas, what with the government, the civil service, academia, big tech, and the workplace in general all dominated by conservatives. Dominated! Besides, left-wing stories are what we're used to now, so there you go. What's that? You have a different perspective you could bring to the table? I'm afraid Hollywood isn't for you, friend. 8. Be anti-gun. Guns are bad. Except those used by bodyguards protecting Hollywood celebrities and Hillary Clinton. Otherwise, they're bad. They literally have the power, along with video games and Trump's rhetoric, to instantly turn peaceful, well-adjusted people into evil Nazis and offer zero protection against criminals, terrorists or tyrants, none of whom exist at all wherever they're banned. Yes, guns are bad, and Hollywood stars have a duty to highlight this for the benefit of anyone without a security detail at every opportunity. Except in their films, of course, that's different. Nine. Be a virtue-signalling hypocrite. Well, there has to be some benefit to success in Hollywood besides the fame, wealth and compliant flunkies / jizz receptacles, am I right? If there's one thing easier than acting, it's acting holier than thou. And as opinion leaders, Hollywood stars are entitled and expected to educate the uninformed lower orders as often as possible. And if they fail to live by their own rules, well, that's all part of the fun. Refugees welcome, but probably not in your exclusive neighbourhood, eh, Simon? Hashtag time's up, but only now too many people have blown the whistle for you to remain conveniently unaware, eh, Meryl?
I just want to thank my agent, Kevin Uvain, and God, Harvey Weinstein.
I admire and respect females. Oh, you lovable A-list scamp. 10. If it works, do it again. Remember what I said about not having your own ideas? This is more of the same. If the bean counters reckon there's at least a chance you could turn a profit by repeating something, then repeat it you should, no matter what else is on the table. Why take a chance on that fantastic script from an unknown newcomer when you could make a Transformers prequel? Or keep rebooting Spider-Man every 5 years? Movie making is a business, not art, and the only change audiences require is a few lousy cents from 20 odd bucks for an artery clogging combo. So there you have it. Follow these 10 rules and you'll soon find yourself transported from unwashed obscurity into the walled-off wonderland of the Hollywood elite. Oh, and if you're a white male, then don't forget to pull the ladder up behind you. Hashtag Oscars so white.